they need to make a better flanking.
They need
point on
to,
that.
if that's how it's going to be, they need to rework their maps to make it sure that there aren't bottlenecks like that.
Well, no, the bottlenecks have to be there, but it was just that the flanks are so easily defended.
Yeah.
That,
and they don't have to move anywhere. They spawn right next to it as well.
Well, that's the assault game mode. It happens in every assault map, is that by the second point, they're actually spawning, like,
I guess
meters away. My
problem with it is it doesn't seem like they literally walk out the door and build a turret, and it's covering the entire place, like all three entrances.
I think it's just like there's really, really long sight lines on that last point. But anyway,
at the same time, they're invisible from the outside, so you can't snipe them despite it being a long lane. You need to be inside the building where you're in full range of everything. Yeah. That's the problem with it.
I'm with you. I don't, Hanamura, they need to sort out. So this is, you apparently get a point per win, and these are separate from your ranking. With 300 of these points, you can get a golden weapon. So it's going to take you a long time to even get a golden weapon.
I don't fucking want
It's 300 wins.
Oh, God.
The first lever of a game gets penalized instantly.
Yeah.
You're free to leave after that. So if someone in your team is just left and you're getting decimated, you're free to leave without penalty.
It kind of sucks for the other team, because then it's kind of like a snowball effect.
Yeah, but like that, I think the idea is like people just don't leave. If you're in a game, just play it out. There was a mention of maybe a 60-second timer before you can leave without penalty after someone else has already left.
Okay.
To maybe allow for someone to drop in, but drop-ins in my mind seem like they can't work in ranked.
Yeah, that does feel
because then
dirty.
How do you really get, like, if you drop in at the end of a ranked match and win, like, how do
you get the points?
Do you earn it really? You know what I mean? So that's interesting.
I want to be that guy.
Yeah, that's really all there is to that.
We'll move on.
There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, there's 10 placement matches you need to take.
So that's like 10 matches.
I think the first 10 matches will just be to place you into a tier of, like, a ranking.
That's cool. Yeah. Wonder how that affects, like, say, you know, you got like a deadweight Reinhardt Jack on your team, and he, like, places in the fucking nosebleeds, but, like, I'm up there in the first tier. How does that work?
I don't know.
Yeah, Jack, pick up your fucking game, dude.
Fuck. Imagine if we just couldn't play together. Like, no, Jack's too shit.
Jack's actually fantastic.
But anyway, let's continue on with this. Fuck Overwatch. Let's go play some now.
Answering some fan questions at E3 2016, game director Hajime Tabata revealed that while the main story in Final Fantasy XV will take 40 to 50 hours to complete, you'll need to set aside roughly 200 hours to do everything. Quote, in terms of clearing the main story, we're anticipating about 40 to 50 hours of gameplay. So there will be that at the very least. But
I know you're going to hate me. I didn't hear what you were talking about.
Are you kidding me? I'm going to confiscate your phone.
No. I just had, it was important business.
Final Fantasy 15.
200 hours of gameplay.
40 to 50 main content.
Main story quests.
But there is a lot of side quests and extra stuff. With that alone, we're looking at about 100 hours of gameplay.
100 hours, okay, cool.
So if you count all of that, we're looking at about 200 hours total if you clear everything. Fans have been waiting for quite a while, so we want to make sure there is a lot to enjoy when it's out.
I worry about this game.
People were less than stoked, especially that VR demo, which apparently tanked. There's so many articles on Kotaku.
Everything they showed at E3 apparently tanked. I didn't see the Microsoft demo, but I was hearing people be like, what the fuck was happening?
No. What happened was they sort of showed not the best part again. Mm-hmm. They're really not great at that.
But, like, I'm worried that maybe they don't have a best part, and that's why everything they're showing is just lacking.
I think it's sort of like this. I mean, and it's totally wrong.
You finished.
Remember Final Fantasy 12?
Yep.
Of course.
How can I forget Vaughn, worst fucking protagonist?
There were hunts in that game,
which
was the side quests, which weren't exactly fun. Like, there were ones...
They weren't, like, terrible, but I know what you mean. Like,
but there were ones that were
exciting.
very specific. You needed, like, a way to defeat them. Mm-hmm. I feel like when they showed the Titan fight, it was sort of like one of those battles where it's like, you know, you need a very specific strategy to do it. But I don't know. Maybe it is just a trash game. I
don't know. Like, I want to almost have, like, Metacritic score bets. going on.
I'll take that. I still think it's going to sell huge.
I don't know.
Regardless.
Sales aside, like I can't help. I just have this gut feeling that this is going to be like a 7s all round sort of game.
Honestly, like I reckon
I
it'll be
want
8s.
it to be good.
Yeah.
I want it to, but I think I've just been so burnt in the past that I can't
I wonder if they can do it anymore.
put my faith in it.
Well,
know?
I mean, like 14 is a fucking massive success. Like that erases all the 13 garbage. Like the amount of
No, it doesn't because 14's online. It doesn't.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's the same company, and they're making money. And
no. I'm with you, but they didn't. I don't think they lost money on 13 because people were so.
I think they did.
I don't think so. People were so excited. If they lost money, they wouldn't have made 2 more.
That's true.
So I feel like because I was stoked, I bought it, and then it fucking ruined me.
Well, yeah, 14 is like a critical and commercial
And
success.
let's not forget, on their second try, it was a critical and commercial success.
But that's the Square we're dealing with. They're willing to take a second try to get it right.
Yeah, well, they didn't get 13 right 3 times.
That came out before 14, though.
I don't know. Like, what are they going to do? This comes out and gets shit reviews, and then they're like, well, we just made another one. It's the same, but different.
I honestly wonder, like, if this absolutely tanks, which it won't. It can't possibly do worse than 7s. I truly believe that.
No.
They won't allow
I don't
it
think
to.
it's going to be a bad game, but I just think it's... I'm trying to temper these expectations because
Say it gets a 5 and everyone hates it. Do they stop making Final Fantasy?
I love how that's the scale now.
Like a 5.
I love it gets a 5, which in logic should say
is an
it's
average
an okay game.
No, an okay game is a 7.
But everyone fucking hates it.
Yeah,
like, that means it got a 2.
I'm generally not playing games that aren't getting 8s because there's
just
too
many.
much. Yeah, there's too much shit.
I'm with you. So I don't know. I'm just a little worried about Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, but again, I wonder, like, they can't stop making Final Fantasy. That fucking ball is rolling forever until we die. Like, no matter what happens, they'll just keep shitting them out, dude. World of Final Fantasy comes out in, like, 2 months.
No, but I mean, like, a Final Fantasy game, not World of, not Tactics. I mean, like...
I don't think they even need them anymore.
No, but I was going to say, like, I'd be surprised if they just one day were like, this isn't worth it for us anymore.
You know what they do then?
What?
They do what they should have always done. They go, all right, we're remaking 8 as well, and 9, and 10. All the ones you like.
No.
They do that for 20 years.
Let's just see what happens to 7 before they start remaking other games.
Yeah.
Because I don't have much faith in that either.
Time will tell.
Because, look, if they remake 8 and they remake 6 and they remake 10...
Let's be honest, I'm the only one that wants the 8
And they remake 9... That's like another, 24 games.
Yeah. But and
At
also,
the rate they're making Final Fantasy 7.
And it's also, like, another 10 to 15 years. Like, they could
you
just...
give them way too much credit. That's like another 40 years, dude.
Probably.
Maybe 50.
Probably. At that rate, they can wait until we all die.
I've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 for 10 years, dude.
Isn't it interesting to think that one day you will die and there'll probably be another Final Fantasy and you just won't ever play it?
Because I'll be dead. No, because I imagine at that point I can put my fucking head in a jar and play VR with my mind.
That'd be pretty chill. Till I knock the glass over.
With your mind.
That's all I
Until
need.
you realise that you're just in your VR headset and dreams have become reality.
Speaking of dreams, here's someone that's living it. Oh, I got nothing. Here we go.
Fuck that
I'm
up.
sorry.
I really thought you were going to do something about the game Dreams,
No,
and I was
but
like, holy shit, that's the best segue you've ever done, and then you fumbled it, mate.
I actually missed it because it was there was something there about being in a jar. Anyway, Detroit Become Human director David Cage has said that the upcoming neo-noir thriller will be about 8 to 10 hours long with a lot of replayability value. Speaking to IGN, Cage said that much like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, he wants players to do their entire first walkthrough, dealing with the consequences of their actions, and then dive back in to see just how different decisions can impact outcomes.
Fuck off, David Cage. Don't tell me how to play my game. I'm going to go through with a fucking guide.
I'd like to reiterate the fuck off David Cage, but let me finish. Just the very first scene, for example, has about 6 different outcomes depending on what players choose to do. Cage also said that there is no game over in the upcoming title. Once you die with a character, that character is lost for good. The earliest you can lose a character is the very first scene in the game. In terms of structure, Detroit Become Human is similar to Heavy Rain in that it starts off by telling individual stories which later connect and form part of a larger plot. If you've played Heavy Rain at all, then you know what to expect on that front. Detroit Become Human is in development for the PlayStation 4. Cage doesn't have a release window for the title, but it definitely won't be out this year, he said.
Oh, no, I'd be surprised if it was out next year, really.
It's interesting listening to all the guys that were lucky enough to go to E3. All the stuff they showed behind closed doors was apparently ridiculously good.
I'm totally on board. This is not Beyond Two Souls. This is Heavy Rain again in my mind.
Yeah, I actually liked Beyond Two Souls, and I'll go down.
I know you will go down with that shit. It's weird. You have these weird I like this shit game, but I hate
like
this good
twee
game.
Games. I like it when
weird.
they make me feel happy.
You just like any teenage girl game. I've decided.
There's a scene in Beyond Two Souls where there's a boyfriend coming over. And you have
you got jealous, didn't you?
No. But you he's like, I'm coming over, and you're like, all right. And the apartment's a mess, and you have to cook food, but you can only take so many actions before he gets there, and depending on what you've actually done, you can just be like, no, fuck it, let him see how I live, or it's actually really cool and interesting.
Nah,
so fuck you, dude.
Game, dude.
Just fuck
now,
you.
Heavy Rain, on the other hand, now that is a fucking experience.
Kind of scared me.
And I'm pretty ready for that.
It was good.
I'm going to try and do what I did with that and just sit it. I just do one sitting.
Just all of it.
Just punch
you
it.
Disgusting human.
You were there with me and you weren't even playing.
I was, and I was
bitch.
enraptured. It was beautiful.
Oh, God, that basement.
It's all a blur.
Spoilers for Heavy Rain. The torture scene in the basement with
the thumb.
You go to talk to a dude as what's she, a journalist?
Yeah, the reporter.
And then he just fucking drugs you and takes you into his basement. That's where she died for me. She died in that basement.
Fair enough.
I couldn't hit the button prompts and died.
Discussing the really... Oh, I'm going to take that again. Let me just... Give me a count in. I'll say
and a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Discussing the recently announced Spider-Man game coming exclusively to PlayStation 4 from Insomniac Games, Jay Ong, Marvel's Vice President of Games, hinted that the partnership with Sony will extend beyond one title. After explaining their brand new strategy to be very selective and only partner with the best game companies on Earth, Ong says one major change is the decision to no longer tie games to movie releases. Quote, it was difficult to succeed with that one. Oftentimes there wasn't enough time to come out with something truly terrific, end quote. Although Spider-Man Homecoming is coming out in July 2017, Ong wouldn't give a release window for the Spider-Man PS4 game. Since Spider-Man is an evergreen property for Marvel, though, he says it would make a splash no matter when it's released. In a separate interview with VentureBeat, Ong revealed that Spider-Man is going to be a tentpole in our console portfolio, but it's also the first of many that we'll be announcing sometime in the future. Since Sony and Insomniac are just 10 minutes away from Ong, it's a very close collaboration between the companies. This is good. This means it's not a movie tie-in Spider-Man.
No, I knew it wasn't a movie tie-in. The suit's different.
Yeah.
The suit's very different.
How different?
Well, I've never seen a Spidey suit with a white spider on the front.
I have.
When?
There's a new comic run. I believe it's actually a girl, though. I think it's a female Spider.
I'm pretty sure, I'm not so down diggity with the Spidey history, but
it's so good.
As far as I'm aware, it's a brand new suit that's never been seen before. Which I think was, yeah.
I gotta watch that trailer again, because I really didn't, take it in.
It looks pimp, and they tweeted something out saying it's all in game, all in game engine.
That's cool.
So, and it's looking pretty slick.
They didn't show any villains, did they?
No, because I feel personally this game's so early in development that they don't even have a villain.
Give me a fucking Sinister Six. Sinister Six. It's never been done well.
That would be a really good one, dude.
It's never been done well, but I want to fucking.
I just want a shocker. I need a shocker.
Shocker's in there. Give me a Scorpion.
I need a Rhino.
Nah, well, possibly, but Rhino's sort of like a little bitch.
No, but that's fine.
He's not
early villain. Just knock him out. It's fine.
No, let me.
I want a vulture.
Now, here's how it's going to be. You're going to have Scorpion. You're going to have we can have Shocker. We can have the Vulture. Mm-hmm. You want Mysterio. Mm-hmm. You want Dr. Octopus.
Oh, you need Dr. Octopus.
And then I want something like a Carnage. Or a Venom at least.
A Carnage.
Oh, no, there's got to be a Goblin in there.
Hob or Green?
Green's the real deal. Hob's the little bitch that impersonates him.
Yeah, but Hob can travel through dimensions, so...
In some canon, dude. Not always. Sometimes he's just a fucking dude.